Defending has undergone a complete transformation in FC. If you've been struggling with these changes, don't worry. This tutorial will help you adapt and improve your gameplay. EA has shifted defending to be much more manual, leaving little room for AI assistance. Let's quickly cover the major updates. Defending is now less reliant on assistance. This means the game won't compensate for your mistakes. AI pressing is weaker, so you can't depend on your AI teammates to win the ball for you. Additionally, attacking has become more dynamic, giving opponents more tools to exploit your defense. For example, auto-interceptions are far less frequent. If you're not positioning your players correctly, the ball will slip through. Similarly, AI defenders no longer press or track runs automatically. You have to manually mark those players. Sounds intimidating? Don't worry. I've got the tips you need to master this new defending system. Effective defending is about reading the game and making smart choices. The first key skill to master is jockeying. The jockey button will become your best ally. Hold L2, LT, to maintain control and use R2, L2 for quick jockeying. This allows you to track your opponent's movements and cut off passing lanes. While jockeying, avoid overcommitting to one side of the attacker. Instead, position yourself diagonally so you can react to changes in their direction. When your opponent slows down, match their pace by holding the L2 jockey button. If they attempt to accelerate past you, hold L2 and R2 to quick jockey. This technique is particularly effective against agile attackers who frequently change direction. Practice in one-on-one situations to refine your control. You might struggle at first, but as your anticipation improves, so will your one-on-one defending. For instance, if you anticipate a speed boost, step back with your defender to give yourself room to react. Now, let's focus on anticipating passes to shut down your opponent's options. Always track diagonally and adjust your speed when your opponent does. One-on-one defending must be reactive. Mastering manual interceptions is essential. Position yourself between the passer and the receiver, using the left stick to fine-tune your player's position. Timing is critical. A useful trick is to observe your opponent's body language. Are they preparing for a through ball or setting up a run-in behind? Move into the passing lane early to intercept. Next, I'll teach you how to time tackles perfectly to win the ball cleanly without conceding fouls. Before that, let's revisit interceptions. With the reduced effectiveness of AI interceptions, you need to micromanage your players. Focus on covering the most dangerous passing lanes first, such as those leading to the striker. If the opponent gets into a one-on-one situation with your defender, their chances of success increase significantly. A common mistake, even among elite players, is spamming the tackle button. Patience is key. Avoid repeatedly pressing the tackle button. Instead, wait for the right moment, especially in one-on-one situations, as defenders no longer recover easily from mistimed tackles after the patch. Standing tackles are more effective than risky slide tackles. The ideal time to tackle is when the ball is momentarily out of the opponent's control, during a skill move's exit animation, just before a shot, or during a heavy touch. Following this rule will significantly increase your success rate with tackles. If counterattacks are giving you trouble, don't worry. I've got a solution. Learn to use the right stick for manual player switching. This is crucial after the patch. If you struggle with right stick switching, try lowering your right stick sensitivity to 0. It might help. Right stick switching is quicker and provides more control than L1 switching. However, avoid spamming L1/LB to switch players, as it disrupts your defensive shape and creates gaps that opponents can exploit. Always aim to switch to the defender closest to the danger zone for a head start in neutralizing the attack. Now that you've mastered the basics, let's discuss applying them in real-game scenarios. When facing counterattacks, don't rush. Retreat with your midfielders first and guide the opponent wide. Forcing them wide limits their offensive options. Use your central defenders to block passing lanes rather than chasing the ball. Staying calm is critical. Panicking will leave gaps in your defense, making you vulnerable to exploitation. Dealing with high-pressure situations requires composure. If your opponent presses aggressively, keep calm and use short, quick passes. Switch the play when necessary to create space. You can also pass back to your goalkeeper to relieve pressure. Defending in the box is all about patience. Use jockeying to close angles, but resist diving in. force your opponent to make mistakes. By staying close without overcommitting, you frustrate them and increase their chances of error. A helpful tip is to stay goal side of the attacker, keeping yourself in a position to block shots or intercept passes. Manual offside traps are crucial after the patch. Trigger them by pressing the upper directional arrow twice. Use this tactic when the opponent isn't directly facing your goal to disrupt their attack. Regarding formations, I recommend using one with 2 CDMs to maintain defensive numbers. Avoid isolating your defenders. This game emphasizes playstyles, so choose the right ones for your center backs and CDMs. For example, Quickstep is an excellent playstyle for defenders, as it improves acceleration during chasing situations. Double tapping R2 activates this feature. Similarly, CDMs with at least a silver intercept playstyle cover more ground during interceptions. Remember, these tips are only as effective as the practice you put in. Mistakes are part of the learning process, so don't get discouraged. Treat every match as an opportunity to learn. If you lose, analyze what went wrong. Did you dive in too early? Were your players out of position? Make adjustments, reflect on these questions, and you'll see progress. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips.